Hey everybody, welcome. Hang on, let me double check everything's working. Get it responding over here on the other phone, okay? Promise to be on in a second here. It hasn't started programming through yet that it's on. That's not good. So hang on everybody, I know I'm on. I just don't know where I'm on. Come on. There we go. So we are live. Okay. We turn this power on. Check everything's working. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm going to do a quick wave. I want to make sure. I'm going to put my hand across here. Make sure we're good. Programming through yet that it's on. That's not good. Okay, so here we go. So hang on, everybody. I know I'm on. I just don't know where I'm on. Come on. There we go. So we are live. Okay. Turn this power on. All right, so we're ready to go. I'm going to do a quick wave. I want to make sure. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to go ahead, get you guys in position, and then I'm going to head over to TikTok and get that set up. Okay, good to see everybody. Let me head over to TikTok after I get you set up, and then we'll get going here. That went smoothly for once. Last week we had all kinds of technical things going on with this, but not so much this week. And we just lost you, son of a gun. iPhone, and I just lost you. All right, we're back. Silly iPhone. iPhone has very sensitive buttons on the sides. And if I don't watch, like when I'm pushing you guys down, for setting you up for the show, if I don't watch what I'm doing, this is uncooperative. If I don't, hi, how's it going? Who's out there? Debbie, hi. If I don't watch what I'm doing with the iPhone, it's going to fall over and everything else. So, and if I grab it the wrong way, it's going to shut everything down. So let me get this put up in there so I can get everything strapped in. Get you guys strapped down. There we go. All right, let me set up TikTok, and we'll get on with our project. Hello, everybody. Give me a second to get TikTok started, and we'll be flying right along. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I had an okay weekend. I woke up with all kinds of energy this morning, and then my energy was gone, which is normal for me on a Sunday evening after doing 3,500 readings for the week. It is normal for me to be very tired. Very tired. All right, let me get TikTok started here. Give me a second. Okay. Hang on. Okay. Just give me 1 minute. I got a couple more things to do TikTok, and then we'll get on with the night. I'm glad everybody's here. Good luck to see you all. Let me get my goals going here for TikTok. It's Sunday night. So I hope everybody had a good weekend. Like I said, I was doing great this morning. Had breakfast, and my whole system crashed and burned. And that's normal. I mean, as far as that goes, I haven't had a crash and burn day in a while. And it's not confirming. So now I got TikTok issues. Hang on. I think TikTok just crashed. There it goes. Let's try again. Come on. Customize. I don't know why it's doing this. Okay. That should put me there. All right, we're there. Okay. Save. All right, let me get this thing loaded, ready to go. So we got the first of 3 roses. I think it's 3 roses that go on here. I think we got the first of the 3 roses done last weekend. I was going to go out and get some model glue because I needed to glue the one together because he's popping apart. But like I said, I woke up, had all this energy, and then my energy was gone. So I slept most of the day. There we go. Okay. We're ready to go on TikTok. All right, everybody. And away we go. So I'll show you what I did what we got done last week on it. And hopefully the only next steps is to put a little more greenery in there and 2 more roses and then add the lighting. To add that lighting. I even have this going on because it's warm back here. This is the warmest room. This was my mother's bedroom. So Nothing to be sorry about. I'm averaging about 3,500 readings a week. Hi guys, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, what's up, Chris? We are building things today. It is Sunday craft day. Gives me a night off to rest my brain, which I desperately need. And so we just do crafts on Sunday. So guys, over here, I'm going for 6 puppy kisses. If you give me a puppy kiss, I just might sing you a song. Exciting stuff, yeah. So we're building a black rose under glass. Well, not glass, plastic, but it's a kit that somebody got me. Very pretty. Looks like this. This is what we want to do. Okay, this is what we ascertain to do. And so far, we've got this done. And again, I've had some issues with because it's not the brand name of building blocks. Okay, these aren't the brand name of building blocks. Okay, these are a generic form of building of plastic building blocks. So they don't stick in like the others. Okay, we'll just leave it at that. So here's what we got so far. Here's the first black roses on there, right? You can see some greenery there. And that's what we got going so far. So we got 2 bags of number 2 here, which is going to finish all this off. And then we have flower petals, extra. And then we have our wires. And our wires go like this. And so we're going to be putting the wiring in here. So let me get the tray so you guys can see, and then we'll get on with it. I even marked my page, but I can't use super glue because it's plastic. It'll melt the plastic. So I did want to pick up some model cement, but like I said, got up this morning, felt really good, did some stuff, and then all of a sudden the exhaustion hit, and it was game over for the day for me. And that's what a lot of you guys don't, people that come to psychic readers don't understand how it works. Okay, every time we do a reading, we take some of your energy, and that's how we're doing that reading, and then you're exerting your energy towards this as well. So it's a big drain. It's a big drain on psychic readers. Not so bad on readers that are doing like maybe 5, 10, 15 readings a night, because a lot of people will just limit to that. Me, I'm doing 55 to 70 readings a night, and it takes its toll by the end of the week. I was, however, supposed to do a couple of private readings today. I apologize. It wasn't going to happen the way I was feeling. But tomorrow night, I might not have a regular show on. It depends. And if these people book for the psychic readings, I'll do them tomorrow night. And just not do the regular show. So we'll see how it plays out. Ow, so I don't want to hurt you guys. All right, so let me get to where we're supposed to be. It is warm in here. Again, my mother's room was in here for a reason, and that's because old people are cold all the time. And this is the room, if you're going to be cold all the time, this is the one you want to be in. Because this is like the warmest bedroom we have here. All right, so let me get into book number 2, and away we go. So hopefully, there we go, we can get through this faster. We're going to be building more flowers. It's only showing me 1 bag of number 2 here, and we have 2 bags. Let me see if there's another bag of it. One of these flowers just have red inside of it, which is kind of cool. Okay, yeah, both number 2s. So what I would like to do is, if this turns out really good, which it will, and real pretty, they have a red version of these roses. And I do a bit on TikTok for Beauty and the Beast. And I would love to build the red one, because it would be like Beauty and the Beast, right? With the rose that was inside the glass cauldron thing. So I might just do that. Not quite Legos. Off-brand of Legos. Generic brand of Legos. Yeah. So we got 2 more roses to put on here. Then we got, I think, some more ground stuff to put on there. And then we will get to mounting it inside the cup thing. So then we got a cup for it. It's like Beauty and the Beast. Inside the cuppy thing, along with the lights. And what I'm probably planning to do with those lights too is, if they don't hold up and stick like they're supposed to, I'll run out to one of the chain stores and get some of that Scotch tape, that real super clear stuff that they sell, and then I can just tape it on the sides of that thing, and you won't see it because it's invisible. They call it's invisible Scotch tape, right? Invisible tape. So, okay. So without further ado, I'll show you the instructions that we're doing and what we're doing. I'm wearing my glasses because I cannot see close with my contacts. And with this thing in particular, because the parts are so small, reading glasses won't cut it either because I really have to get in close. So I have to take my glasses off to even get in close enough to do that, the little things that need to be done on here. So that's why we're doing glasses. So here we are. We're just moved to this step here. It shows you the completed thing with the roses. See it? You see the completed thing with the roses. And that's where we're at. So let's build a rose, shall we? I feel bad for not doing those readings today, but I just wiped. There's no energy left right now. None whatsoever in my system. Last night was a cool night, though, on the chat. Okay, so let me break open these two bags. Away we go. 264 pieces. I love it. Caution, choking hazard. Yeah. No kidding. Choking hazard. Lots of little tiny pieces. And if you look at these, you guys that build Legos, you'll notice that the pieces that are like 4 wide and all that, like Legos have, they're half the size of Legos. So they're tiny. I built during COVID, during being trapped with COVID, I actually built a I gotta put that up there so there's wet stuff. I actually built a Oakland A's mascot. And that was with Brio bricks. That was 600 pieces. And they were just this, they were like little tiny buggers like this. Little teeny weeny things. It took me a week to build the Brio. You know, this one I'm not thinking that bad. I mean, they're small pieces, but once I got going with it and got everything placed, because, you know, the instructions aren't like Legos either. Okay, so that's not what you're used to. So once I figured it all out, got everything placed on the bottom, everything went real fast building the roses. So here we go. We're back, and I do have a flashlight because the light is not the best in here right now. Here we go. Let's start to build a rose. All right, second rose cometh. So I need that. I need the 1-to-1 on that. This is where the light, I have to do this. Okay. Okay, so I need a 1-to-1. Yeah, one of these roses has a red center. All right, let's find my parts. Let's go to work. Hopefully we can have a little fun tonight. Is that green or is that black? That is green, isn't it? Is that green? Yeah, it's green. Yeah, supposed to be green one. Okay. That's how dark it is in here. You can't tell the green from black. And then I have to be careful where I lay these things out because my workspace is black. So let me find these. But this is my day to unwind and just like do Lego, you know? Do things like this. So I need what, 1? Okay, 1, and then I need that. Okay. Need one of these. Me and my gawky fingers too, man. Good to see everyone. Hope you had a good weekend. Searching for parts. But like I said, there's not a lot of pieces to this, but they're tiny. They're tinier than a Lego. It's tinier. So you're dealing with like half the size of a Lego with these pieces. Good to see Vic. So good to see you all out there. So far, I haven't seen this part. Interesting. That should be there, and that should be. I've seen that one. I haven't seen that other part they want. That's not good. We did have a missing part earlier that I skipped over because it was missing. I have 2 greens like that, but I do not have. It's showing me black. But see, it was showing me black up there too, so I'm just wondering if what I'm looking for is green. I don't see any black ones. I'm starting to think it's green. Because it's not showing me accurate colors. Oh, I guess it's supposed to be black. I need black, I need that. Okay. Well, I'll look some more. I don't see any black ones in here. So really slow. Oh, there's one. Yes. See what I mean? Those, if you guys are used to Legos, the normal size of a Lego is bigger than this. And these types of shapes. See it? See how tiny? So that's what I'm facing right now. Itty bitty ditties. The thing has a gear on it. Okay. It's a black gear. And I knew getting it, this particular row set, that it was going to be like that because black gear. Come on, come on, come on. Where are you? Then I need the one that looks like it's turning up and down the front one end too. There it is. There's that one. And then I need the one that kind of looks like a, oh, it's a turning thing at the end. Like I said, they're tiny, tiny pieces. So it takes a little longer to find them too. And I've got a light, I'm using a light, my bowl is yellow. So, I'm trying to find these parts. I see there's still some green I gotta put in too, obviously. Okay. Right now, I've got to find the part I need. It's not you, is it? No. Whatever this part is, it seems tiny. Good to see everyone. That's not it. That's another gear one too. Okay. Make sure I got the right gear one. Yeah. I just need that thing. Whatever that thing is, it's itty bitty. And I'm talking tiny. No, not you guys. Where are you? Come on, I know you're in here. Got a lot of rose petals in here as well. So again, it's just stuff that people don't understand about doing the work that I do. And it probably doesn't help the fact that I've got congestive heart failure, so that probably drags my energy down a lot too. So it's not just the work itself. It's congestive heart failure that contributes to me being exhausted. There it is. See how I said tiny, right? Look at that piece. See how tiny? Okay, so let's put this together and get this started here. Okay. So again, my glasses are horrible. Oh, I gotta get one. I need 4 of those. Okay, I need the bigger one, right? That's the bigger one. Yeah, hang on, let me get that now. You're gonna see me take my glasses off in a minute here to do this. It's not that one, this is the bigger one. There it is. Okay, we need this guy. And then I need 4 smaller petals here. These little things look like knives to me. These little petal things. 1, 2, 3, 4. They look like knives. They look like shark's teeth to me. All right. Okay. Now we'll throw our first rose. Go away. It was a warm day today. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, glasses come off for a second here so I can see what the heck's going on. So hang on, everybody. Okay, got it. All right. Okay. I just don't want to lose my grip on these things and have them go flying, because that would be horrible. If it goes flying, my carpet is gray and black. It's all black up here. It's game over. If these things go flying, it's game over. What? Oh, okay. I had this issue before with this. Tells you to put it in this way, and it won't go on tight. It won't. That one went through. Oh, gotta give that one credit. That one went through. Now, the other one I had did not go through at all. So how high up should that be? Okay, so we're going to want to make it kind of high. So, yeah, the other one I had did not go through at all. So we got to give credit to this one where credit's deserved, because that other one I did for that other rose did not work that way. Okay, so first part done. There we go. Okay, so what we need now is we're going to make the petals now, the lower petals for the roses. Okay. And these are simply going to fit on here like this. And there's just 4 bottom petals on here. And then they're going to fit on top of the other thing that I just made. Man, my big clumsy hands. Good to see everybody. Okay, now let's see if I can get this on to this thing here, and that's half my battle to fit it on there. So here we go. And it did. So it's nice to have something to actually work, because with the other little one we built, this did not work right. All right, so we now have the bottom portion. Oh, this is the red one too. Oh, how cool. This is going to be the red one. So we now have the bottom portion of this particular rose, and this is what it looks like. See, it's got the smaller petals on there. Those are the bottom petals for it. So cool. Okay, put that over there. So now we're going to start putting the parts on for the red rose, the red section on the rose, which is going to be the actual petals in the middle. Petals in the middle. Okay, see where we're at now. Warm, warm, warm. So I need that small one. I need a little flatty one. Another small one. And that. So we're doing double this time. Yep, it's double. All right. I'll live with that. It'll cool down here. As soon as the sun goes down, everything will start to cool down in here. It always does. Okay. So we need this guy. That what I need yet. Look like little steering wheels. This guy. And then we need the bigger one. Oh, I don't want to eat. Okay, little flatty. Little flat dude. There it is right there. Need this guy. I think it's that guy. Then I need, okay, I got 2 of those. I'm ahead of myself. And then I need a black one of those. Okay. Try to find it. I do believe it might be one of these. I think it's this guy. I think it's this guy. Real tiny. Let me look again. Yeah, I think it's this guy. That's what I mean. The parts are itty bitty. See if it looks like that guy. Yep, looks like that guy. Okay. So let's do this first part, and then we'll get the red out on the rose itself. Good to see everybody. Okay, where'd this go? Right here. So let's do this part, and then we'll put the red on the rose itself. Get the red rose started here. So this guy is going to go on here. Oh, first this guy is going to go on. And it goes down that way. Okay. Very complex. Push you in. Go down. Very good. Oh, I pushed it all the way down. Why, you dirty, miserable little wretch. See, this is the stuff that goes wrong with this kit. Okay. Come on. There you go. Okay. You wretched thing, you. Okay, so then we're going to go this way with this. There's a little generic part. I can't lose that. Okay. There's going to be space in between here because what's going to happen, that's where the rose petals are going to attach on here. You know, the bigger rose petals, they're going to attach along this edge in here. So you're going to have this one, and this is what it's showing me to build. Okay, we're going to have this in deeper. Really? I don't think that's going to work. I think we need to go up higher with that. Because it's showing me hitting that thing, and I don't have enough high enough. Okay, so hang on. I think we got to... I just wonder if I do this, if it's going to survive. Hang on. I'm kind of worried about that not attaching, so hang on. Once it pushes through. Okay. Well, we're about to find out, aren't we? If it doesn't attach, we're going to be in big trouble. Nope, it attaches. No, it doesn't. I had a feeling that it was going to be a problem. There it is there. Okay, well, we'll see how it does. All right, so what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to put this guy on now. He's going to have his face sticking up. And then it's showing this on top of it, which I don't understand because it's not going to fit. This is a problem. See, it wants this, and oh, maybe it will. Hang on. Maybe it will fit across the top of that. No, it's not going to fit. That is a problem. We're just going to go this way. Hang on. Oh, there it goes. Okay. It did fit. Okay. So there's that. So we got this built. This base is in. Now those round wheel looking things right there, that's where the rose petals are going to attach. Because the rose petals are like paddles. So they have the teeth on them. So they're going to attach on the corner, on the edges of those wheels. That's how that's going to work. So let me pull out the rose petal. We're going to get the red petals first. Whew, boy. This is why I have this. Like this in here. There we go. That's what it's for. Plus, I've got these two huge lights in here. I'm under two huge video lights in here as well. So now we're going to put my glasses back on so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Ah, there you guys are. Good to see you. Hi, Autumn. So let's grab the red rose stuff because right now we are building the red rose part. And we're going to put another of those wheels on here. Interesting. I tell you what I can do. Okay. Let me grab the red rose petals. There's the red rose petals. So we'll get that. And then I need another wheel. How many of those do I need? 3, and then I need the center for the rose. Okay, here's 4 of these. See, 3 or 4. It's telling me 3. Must have given me an extra. Then I gotta find the center for the rose. And then I need more there. And then I need the small wheel. A lot of wheels on this one. I think it's a small wheel. So what's this guy? Is it the small one or the big one? It is showing me the small one. Okay, I think it's the right one. Because there's one that's a little bigger. So I think, okay. So let's see if we can get this to work. Nothing short of a miracle if it works. So let us see if we can get this to work. And it'd be kind of fun if it did work on the first try. Okay, so what we're going to do is this is going to go on. Oh, I see. This is going to go on here. So this is going on here. Again, can't see. Okay. Which way is it going on there? Okay. All right, so this is going on this way. There we go, just like that. So here's the center of the rose right here. That's going to go on this way. Now we're going to put the rose petals on. It's telling me 3. Okay. So let's get the rose petals on. Make sure they're all the same shape, that there's nothing special about them. Take my glasses off so I can see the black beneath the black here. It's harder to put these things around these smaller portions than it is around the larger ones. Because you got to aim it just right. And they slide off so easily. But you want to put them in a spot where they fold up. So you can bring them down, you can make them go up. Just like a rose, just like a real rose. Wrong spot. Come on, come on, come on. There it goes. And I got one more to put on. Now we have a rosebud. Debbie, I got some trivia for you. I found out the other night. I was looking at Dennis Quaid, and he has a son that looks just like him. Anyway, that had nothing to do with, well, it has something to do with it, but not quite. Anyway, in my dumpster dive in the internet the other night, and this is something you got to think of Dad on, is that Dennis Quaid is a cousin of Gene Autry. Who'd have figured? He's Gene Autry's cousin, which makes Randy Quaid his cousin. And what makes sense is like the later photos when Gene Autry was a singing cowboy back in the 30s, you guys. The later photos when Gene Autry had put weight on. If you look at Randy Quaid and you look at Gene Autry, Randy Quaid looks like him. So that's just a little useless trivia that I found out the other night, which is kind of cool. Okay, see if I can get this on without blowing it out here. All right, it won't go on. What's going on? Why won't you go on? Did I mount it upside down? That's the question. Uh-oh. This isn't good. Hang on, guys. We got a problem. Houston, there's a problem. I think that either that thing should have been up higher in there. There's no way it's going to come all the way out of there. So I don't know what. Or this one on backwards. Hang on. This thing is the one that has to hook up. Because that's got to go down and. Yeah, this has to go the other way. Let's see if I can get it on there. That's the problem. Yeah, I still need more of this green to come up. That's not going to work until I get the green on. So, yep, that's what it is. So I'm going to have to take this down. Not much, but somehow I got to get that green up higher. That green piece has to come up higher. I may have to see, this happened the other night when I was doing this, where I had to take stuff off of it in order to get stuff to work. And I'm having to do it again. So give me a second. Because that's not high enough. This needs to come up higher. Oh, that's going to be a problem. I need something to poke it with to push it up. Crud. Crudiola. Let me get another piece like this. I can push it up. So I can shove it up in there. Let me grab another one. Even the thin black won't work. Yeah, that's enough. I should be able to just shove it up in there. The thing is, with the instructions, they don't tell you that that has to be pointed up. Because they don't show it in the instructions that should be higher. But it should be. See if I can get some motion behind this to push it up now. I may have to take it apart to a remount. Because that's the problem right now. Yeah, I got to take it apart. After all that. Okay, well. Here we go then. It's this thing on top. All right, I'm going to have to take it apart, you guys. Should have gone up higher and it didn't. I just need to get a grip on this thing. What's going to make it hard is getting a grip on it to do it. You know, to get that grip on it to bring it up out of there. Here we go. Here we go. I got it. I think I got it. It's got to come up higher, though. Hang on, everybody. Okay. I'm not going to sink it that low in there then. It should be way higher. So I got to start over, so what else is new, right? I'm going to put it right there. It shows it going, let me go back to the original circus. It shows it going all the way down in there, but it shouldn't go all the way down in there because it's not working. Dang, damn it. Okay, let's try this again, shall we? Where's the wings? First step is this guy. We want this right here. This should work now. Story of my life. Okay. Don't want to lose the end on this either, so I'm going to put the end on. There it is. Okay, so we're going to start building this again. I didn't want to lose anything. The only thing I'm worried about is the tiny parts on there. Okay, so let me get this hooked up. Now I can do this. Now I can do this. So we're going to put, I think we're on now. Okay, here we are right here. How many of these should we have? We should have 2 of those. There they are. Okay. So let me put this one in. That goes up right. Oh, we want this. Is the flat one that goes on there? I hear the dog is having a wonderful time. It's the flat one that goes on there. Okay. At least it was fixable. Sometimes you build these things and once you get them together, you can't fix them. There we go. So now what we're going to do is this guy goes on top of here. Okay. That's sticking up. Now we can put this on. And then this other one is going to go on top of here. I got 3, right? Or I have too many. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, because the rose is sitting on top of... No, I got that one. Not too many? Where's my second one going on? Now I'm all confused. Oh, this one's going here. Okay. Let's just do it. And then we have this one. There we go. So now we have this. And there it is. So we actually got it on. Yay! Praise the Buddha. So there we've got our red rosebud. See it? There's our red rosebud. Not too bad. Okay. So let's go to the next step. Step by step. Okay, now we're putting black on there. People who watch me at night for my regular show know that the sweat factor in here gets really, really bad. And then it gets tricky because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing layers of rose petals. So I don't know if it's going to want one here and another one here, but we're going to have a layer of rose petal here and a layer of rose petal here is what's going to happen. So we're going to do the first layer of rose petals. And they have different shapes, so I got to watch what I'm doing when I do it. So, okay. There's a bazillion shapes of rose petals in here. So here we go. I do believe it's this guy. Because the other one's bigger. I'm trying to see. They've got all these shaped out, so I got to figure out what the shapes are. I know there's a small one. So we're not using the small ones. Or are we? It's showing me all these shapes. Okay. I think we got a small, medium, and large shape. Here's the medium. Okay. So they are medium. So we got to use the mediums. I need how many mediums? Yeah, it's a medium. So I need the mediums. 4 mediums. Okay. See how they got the really big ones? Got to find the mediums. There is a medium. Okay, there's all the mediums. So now we're going to put these petals on, which let's see what level they sit on. Up here. So they're going to go on the second level. Just right there. They're going to go on that lower level right there. So let's go ahead and put them on. So they're going to go on that lower level. This is where it gets tricky because you don't want to touch these that you've already done. And for the majority of the time that I did this on the other rows, all I did was touch those and all my work would collapse and fall off and go bouncing everywhere. So we don't want to touch those roses. But we got to put 4 of these bad boys on. So and if you have a well-lit room, I suggest you do it in a well-lit room. I do not have a well-lit room, so I have to watch what I'm doing. There's the shadows in here. And even if I did have the light on in here, if I did have my overhead light, it wouldn't make a lot of difference because the room's not well lit anyway. See, so I'm putting these 4 on as we build up this rose. I just don't want to mess it up and have a flurry of foul language, that's all. I will have a flurry of foul language, should I mess it up. Oh, so far so good. Knock on wood. I don't think you guys want a flurry of foul language either. Is that on the way? Yeah. Okay. Oh, that one was on. Wait a second. I could tell I didn't hear the click. I have to hear the click. That one's fine. Nope. The minute I turned it up. Okay. One more to do. And this will be the toughest because it's over the top of the other ones. That's about as close as I'm going to get it, I can tell. Nope. It's going to take some doing for these. Hang on. That's because the other ones are already placed. And you're trying to put this over the top of the other one. See if I have to move them closer together or something to get it on there. So I can get a better touch on it to get it on there. Do some shifting across. You know, move them out a little bit. Because you want to make some space for that fourth rose petal on there, the rosebud. Let's try that. See if I got enough space there. Hopefully, I'm not doing it over a spot where. Because if it's over a center thing with a buildup, I can't do it. I can barely even feel it going on. There they go. They went flying. I knew it. What did I tell you? Let me figure out where we're at here. Because you can't do it in a spot. I can't even see where I'm doing it. You can't put these on in a spot where. Okay, I can move that one over. Oh, I see what was going on. Okay. Yeah, you can't put these on a spot where there's a retaining ridge in there, you know, for the thing. So you can only do it in a spot where there's no ridge. Because, you know, like a steering wheel, this has like a ridge. It's just like a wheel spoke, and it has a ridge in there. And you can't put this on where the ridge is. You can't put these in because they won't go on right. And it's sliding all over and it's going to irritate me. There we go. Okay. But the idea is to get them to fold up like a rose, which is what we're having trouble with already, because why does it want 4? That's what I don't understand. Unless this should have been a bigger wheel, because it doesn't make sense to me to have 4 on here because this doesn't fit. So I don't know. Did I put the wrong wheel on here? Because it's not working. If I do it with 3, it's fine. Maybe I had to have the bigger wheel. Hang on, you guys. Something's not right because I can't get it to get on there. I just wonder if it's a bigger wheel. I think it's a bigger wheel. I think that's what I think it is. I think they're the bigger wheels. All right, those other 2 are bigger wheels. I gotta look and make sure. Those got to be bigger wheels. There's no other way these are going to go on there unless they're big wheels. Let me count the center right here. I think those other ones are 2 big wheels. Yeah, let me replace them. I think that's what's wrong. Because there's no other way these are going to go on there with the small wheel. That's what I mean. I mean, it's hard to tell with the photos what we're dealing with. I think it's this guy. But they look really round, and I got to watch it because we still got to build another rose here, and I don't know what's going on, you know. Whether we're using those wheels or what, but it's not going to work with that wheel, that size. I don't understand. Let me look at the other rows and see what I need to see. Here's 2 big wheels. Let me look at the other rows and see what we're doing as far as those wheels go. I'm going to look ahead a little bit here, you guys, because something's not jiving here. Something doesn't make sense to me. So let's look at the other rows we have to build. Okay, so then that one, we're going to put on the bottom, right. That makes sense that there's 2 wheels under there. Then that's the second rows. Now, we look at the third rows. What we're looking at is the third rows. Okay. Because it doesn't make any sense to me. So let me just look. Because that to me seems like you should have the 2 big wheels because otherwise they're not going to fit right. So let me see. So that's showing me 4. I think that's what it is. This is showing me 4. That's showing me 4. Let me double check. I don't understand. It doesn't make, because these are going to be smaller. Yeah, I think, no, it's showing me a big wheel underneath there. So this does not make any sense, you guys. So give me a minute to figure this out. That didn't give us the big wheel, because this is the second time we've had a part missing. Something doesn't make sense here. Because there's no way I'm going to get 4 of those onto that wheel that I have. This needs a big wheel here. Doesn't make sense to me. I mean, 3 of those pedals would work perfectly on there, but all right, let's go back to this then. Let's see what's going on. There's the big wheel right there. Okay, we did that. This is what took so long last week, was figuring all this stuff out. This is showing me a 4. So there's 2 4. It is 2 4s. So I'll try and find it on there. I'm trying my best to get on there, but it doesn't want to go. So let's see. I still say it should be a big wheel. But who am I? All right. I still think it should be a big wheel. To get those on there if they want 4 of those on there. I hate to say it, I think somebody over there smoking. And it's also showing really close together. So let's see how close I can make these together. Almost on top of each other is what it's showing me. Like that. It doesn't make any sense, but I'll try. Something's not kosher here. Something's not right. Oh, first off, that's the wrong size. That would help, huh? First off, I got the wrong size rows. Call me a dummy later. I got the wrong size rows here. Wrong size pedal. Let's try these now. Now we'll try to get them on. See if I can't get these things on the wheel. I don't know, guys. I'm trying. I'll try and do them and push them off to the side. Is that the right size? Or did I grab another big one? I can't tell these sizes on here. This is crazy. This is insane, you guys. Trying to see which ones are big ones and which are smaller ones. Okay, so we know these have the bulge on them. These big ones have the bulge on them. Well, the small ones don't have the bulge. That's a small one. There's no bulge on that one. These big ones have a bulge like they're pregnant. Yeah, okay. Of course, one it just went in. Okay, let's see if I can make it work. This is crazy. All right, let's see if I get them on. Let's try it again, shall we? Sure, I don't have any other big ones on here now. Okay, see if I can get them on now. I still don't. Oh, maybe we can this time. It does not compute, though, because if I'm going over a ridge, it's not going to work. That's the issue. I can't even see the ridges on here. There's an opening. Wow, I don't know. Here, pull this down so I can see where I'm at. Okay, there we go. Now I can see. There's a ridge right there. I've only got like one opening. See, this is what I don't get. I only have one opening, and they want 4 of these on here. I'll try. I just don't think. I get to do this on the bottom one, too, the bottom row. Oh, come on. Okay, that one clicked in. Okay, that's what you want. You want to click. They got to click in or it's not going to work. Let's try this last one. Do we feel lucky? That is the question. If I can click this last one in, and then we can pull it up. Then we're going to have to go through this, I think, again one more time with this rose. This part of this particular one. Yep, it went flying. See, I'm telling you, you can't, it's impossible. I don't care what the instructions say. This is almost impossible to do. Yep, they're flying off left and right. It's almost impossible to do. I don't care what these instructions say. Up, there went the whole thing came off. See what I mean? It's impossible. What they want to do is impossible. I just lost it. It fell. And the frustration is real. Okay, they're all. I lost one. I'm just doing flying somewhere. And the frustration is real. There it is. Because it doesn't want to go. I don't care how I do it. How I tried it just doesn't want to go. So let me try again, but no matter how I do it, it just doesn't want to go. So I don't understand. What I'm going to try and do is now that I have the center off, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get these on without the center on there so I can see where I'm placing them. And maybe that'll help. You know? There's only 3 places to place them on here. This is what I understand. I would try and move that one over, then place this one over there. I want to try and move them around and place them. Let's see if I can't do it this way. And as long as they click, they're going to be on. So let's see if I can do it this way. And then put the center in. The center is making me crazy. Okay, so far so good. See, do it without the center in there, which makes it easier to set it in there. And we'll be going through the same thing if they want to put. What came off now? Oh, nothing. Okay. Okay. All right, we got it this time. Make sure everything's on here. We got all 4 of these. I felt something fall off. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'm going to put the center back in. Son of a gun. Be like Elf. It doesn't close very well, but it closes. Ah, it just broke off. See what I mean? This is why I want to get some model cement for this, because I have nothing but problems with it. It's not going to close very well. It's going to stay open. There's nothing I can do about it. So There he is there. We're just going to quit while we're ahead. We got him on there. This is why I wanted to go, and I'm still probably going to do it as I get done with it. Go buy some model cement and then, glue them on there so they don't come off ever again. All right, that's as far as I'm going on that one. That's all I'm doing. No touchy. We're quitting while we're ahead. Okay, so I have to add another level on here of the rose petals, so it's going to get exciting. It's about to get even more exciting. I'm good. How you doing? So it's about to get even more exciting because I have to put the super big rose petals on here. Okay. So I need 4 of the super big ones that we're going to strap underneath there. So this is going to get really exciting. It's about to get really exciting, guys. So those are going to strap. Yeah, on the lower one, just like I figured. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun. Okay. So let me grab them out of there, and I got 4 more to put on the lower part. That's still not where I want it. It's not going to work the way it is right now. I don't care what they say. I don't care what the instructions say. There we go. Like putting square pegs into a round hole. That's what it's like. Here we go. Do we feel lucky? Because I don't. Not the way it's been going. And then the other issue we have is that is sitting really low down there. So that's going to be a major problem. I'll try. We'll see. I have a bad feeling about that. I don't think it's going to attach. That's sitting really low down there. I'll see what I can do here. I don't know, you guys. Because this is sitting really low. To the bottom. By God, it went on. Whoa. By God, it attached. Good grief, it attached. I didn't think it would. By God, it did attach. Very cool. Now, if it all pops apart, I'm going to be very unhappy. By God, it did attach, you guys. By the gods. I just don't want to blow it all to pieces. That's what I don't want to do. That came off, of course. First thing came off. There you go. First sacrificial piece. Came flying off already. Let me just do this and see if we can do this without losing all the parts on here. There's another one. Well, you never know. Okay. That one's on. That one should be lined up a little off to the right, though. I don't want to push it. Okay, there's that one. We lost something off of this already. I'll be son of a gun. Yeah, the part that sticks on the bottom, that's gone now. Came off of here when it went flying off and we were putting stuff on. This is so not my day. Well, we'll have to improvise around it. Yep, that came off. Son of a... I knew it. Something would come off and ruin this. All right, let me get this on here. I'll look around for it. See if I can find it. Whoa, this is actually working. And then one more on here and we're set. Wow. But we did lose the part for the bottom. I thought I heard something pop off. I'll have to look. And finding that's going to be a bear because it's black. Here you guys. One more to put on. That's all I need is one more. One more piece. Come on, baby. Come on. Don't break on me. Ah, it came off. Everything came off. How did I know? One lousy piece is going to make it all fall apart. Okay, let me try again. I got to find that part that went flying off. Of course it did. Why wouldn't it? I knew I heard something pop. Okay, come on. Come on. Come on there. You're not on. Okay, ready? Come on. Come on, snap in. Snap in for me, come on. We got it. Well, it's kind of funky looking, but yeah, it's on for now. All right, we good. Okay, I gotta find that part, you guys, that came off. So there it is. That's what I got for it. Something else just popped off. Frustration is real with this. Yep, the frustration is real. Now something else can pop. I'm trying to put this back on. Don't you dare. Well, I don't know why it's coming down now, but it's coming down. Son of a gun. I think it's this one, right? Okay, let me try and find that part that fell off. Because we need that to attach it. So that's a problem. Question is, where did it go? I mean, I could probably attach it without it, but is that it? Like I said, if it hits the floor, it's game over in here because it's so dark. In here. And of course, that is it. Probably is the spot I can't get to. Okay. Yeah, we found it. Looked out. So anyway, that rose is done. Quit while we're ahead on that one. So now we got to build the other base for it because we want to connect it into. I got to get these things back on too. Let me get this guy back in there without dropping everything known to God. Oh, come on, don't be a jerk. Okay, get these things back on here without dropping it all, and then we're going to build the base on here to connect it in. But again, Legos are expensive. I'm not going to endorse them because TikTok will get mad. I'm just saying there's a reason why Lego is the #1 brick, building brick in the world. Okay, there's a reason why, because of this. Okay, so let me bring the petals up. It's gorgeous, and it's got the red in the middle. Let me see if I can get these petals up without knocking them off of there. Afraid. That's about as high as they're going to go. Anyway, I'll show you what it looks like. It's really pretty, actually. There it is there. You like that? There it is there. There's the rose with the center. Beautiful. All right, put this off the side. Don't want to break it. For God's sakes, let's put overhead on that. So now we got to build the pole that attaches down into this thing, the base itself. But like I said, I can't endorse anything. I can't sound like I'm endorsing anything because of TikTok. Okay, been there, done that with my spring water that I drink. Got in trouble the other night over my spring water because I had a label on my spring water and they had a fit. So obviously I can't endorse anything. So I'm just saying that I'm just saying that there's a reason why, you know, Legos are like the top thing you can get for building blocks. This is a prime example why. So now we're going to build because we're getting ready to insert it like that. What I don't get is it's showing these further up, and I don't understand that because mine doesn't look like this. Mine does not look like this. Let's go back in the directions because mine does not look like that, and something's weird. We might have to put the pedals back on. Mine does not even look close to that. So when I'm attaching the lower pedals, that should be sunk down inside the lower pedals, but they're not. For some reason, it's not. This isn't correct. Close, but no cigar. Something strange with this. I mean, the pedal, look at that. It doesn't even look right. Gotta go back and do it again. Find out what went wrong. I don't understand. Unless I put those upside down. I don't want to. This is what takes so long. We'll probably be doing this next weekend too, you guys. I don't like the way this turned out at all because it didn't turn out like it's supposed to. So that being said, off they go because I don't like this. This did not go the way it was supposed to. I'm gonna have to redo it again. Sorry, guys. It just doesn't look right. So back to the drawing board. Well, like last weekend, it took like 7 tries to get the base to work, to look good. Okay. Because what I'm seeing in the photo, and the stupid instructions, which are stupid, is this should be up higher. The second one should be up higher than it is. So my thoughts are, let me see. Something's in the wrong spot here. I don't know what it is. Let me try something here. If I put this down here, so I brought this up for what reason? So some reason I brought the green up. And I don't think we should have brought the green up like we did. I still say bringing that green up was a mistake. From the way I had it. I think the green's too high up. So hang on, let's push the green in. Oh, this is not going to do. I don't want to strip it off. So I think that green's too high now. All right, let's try this again, you guys. I think the green's too high now. Because we're going to want this other steering wheel thing. That second wheel's got to be up closer to the rose. So this green is up too high now. That's too low. We don't want to go up that high with it. We could try right there. We could try it right there. Because it's showing, hang on a second, let me look and see what it wants. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, okay, there's that eBay part. We don't have to go that high with this. Okay, so this is going to go in between here. This is where we made our mistake. I think this is where we made the mistake, or where I made the mistake. That goes there. Now we put this one on top of here. So there's one. Now we're doubling it. I think this is where we need to be here. But see, that brings me back to this. This doesn't make sense. This does not make sense. Because then it's too high. We're back to being too high. Let's try something. I may just have to improvise. Because we're not agreeing with this at all right now. This is not working like it's supposed to. Unless... All right, back to the drawing board. Let's see where we're at. This is what I mean. We got this done here. I need the flat piece. Let's just do this. I'm seeing this piece here. But I think we're going to continue this next weekend. That's the way this is going. I don't understand. Because once that goes on, this isn't showing me that center portion at all. This is showing me this right here. But that doesn't make sense because there's a ridge on here. So I'm accessing the camera. There we go. We're back. I don't know why it does that when it flips. Okay, so I think I know what happened. Where it went wrong. Hang on, everybody. I think I have a theory where this went wrong. That should have been flipped over because we have to put that part on there. So let me see if it fits. If it makes sense. Because that would make perfect sense. Let me see. If that's the case, that would make perfect sense. So we have another one to put on here, which is going to be this guy. And this guy, so remember how I was having trouble placing on that bottom? Okay, so this is going to take this. Remember how I was having trouble placing on that bottom rim to let me make sure I'm doing this right. To get these pedals on, I think what happened is that when I put it together, let me make sure I got it going right. I think what happened was when I put it together initially, just gotta remember I put this in the right direction. Okay, it looks like it's going this way. Okay, when I put this together initially, because remember we were having trouble putting the petals on because they were too close together. So I think, okay, so that's 2 of those. There's a third right here, but this is right here. I might have one too many out here. Let's see. That's 2 and 3. Yeah, so maybe I had too many of those on too. So let's go ahead and fit this on here. And we may have figured out why we were having all that trouble with everything. There's that. We still might have to do a little more slack on that. Okay, so there's 2 of these on here. Because remember the bottom ring I was having trouble with? I was having trouble with that bottom ring placing the flowers on there. Or yeah, the flower petals. There's the second ring. And then there's this. And again, this isn't working because I'm stuck now. Okay, I'll figure this out. Sometimes you just gotta keep figuring things out until you get them right. Or are we going to have the same issue? That's the question. We may have the same issue, no matter how I do this. That's not right because that's not going on. So that's the problem. Dang damn it. That's what I mean. The instructions aren't clear. They're not clear at all. So, okay, we're still here fussing with this. We know the rose petals, the red rose petals are correct. So it's showing me 2 levels like this. With this on top. It doesn't go because it doesn't fit. So it doesn't fit, you guys. There's no place for it to attach to once it's set up like that. I don't know what else to do. I've done everything I can do, you guys. It just won't go. You know, if I go up there with the green bar, it's not going to work either. So I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I've done it in all these different ways, and it's not matching up. I wish these were Legos. That should be able to sink down. That doesn't make sense. Now, if I use this one and put it on the top, it'll sink down. So let's see if I move this, shift it around. See, it'll sink down on this one. This is coming out of here. We don't want to do that. I'm going to do something real quick here. Hang on, guys. Because they're unclear, we're just going to do something different here. Okay, put that one on there. Then we're going to drop this one down. There's only one logical way to do this. Drop that one on top of it. Okay, drop this on top of that. Let me make sure which end of this will go into there. I It's got to be the. Whoa! Oh, it fell. Oh, God, I hate this kit. It just fell. Well, that's the end of that then. It's gone. Yeah, it fell. Let's see if there's another one in there somewhere. If that's gone, we can attach it all. Great. Just wonderful. There's one right there. We'll do another one, I hope, and we'll worry about it with the next one. Then we got this thing over here, but that's part of the bottom. Where's the rest of the bottom? Oh, I don't know. We lost the bottom too again. Did we lose the bottom again? Yeah, we did. I'm not ready to hang this up tonight. I'm about at the end of my rope tonight with this. With this kit. I about had it. I'm about at the very end of where I want to be with it. To tell you the truth. The frustration tonight is real. Trying to build this. Now I have more parts missing. Okay, so let's put this on. Right there. So now this, in theory, should fit nicely into that. Except now the green is too high. Can't wait for losing. We flatten the green down in there. Okay, now the green's down. Now, in theory, this should fit. And there it goes. So I do believe that's the layout there. But, again, we're going to be in the same situation. Because I do believe that the smaller, it's not going to look good. I don't think it's going to look good. So, hang on, let me start putting these on. I don't think it's going to match up. How we lost the other part, I'll never know. And we lost the part for the bottom that we need to attach. I give up. Sometimes you just gotta give up, you know. Today I surrender. I completely surrender. Because you want this to be in there. And this doesn't want to go. Of course it doesn't. Why would it? That looks a little better fit. That's a better fit right there. Hang on. I don't know how that thing flew off because it was right there when I took it off. So, whatever. But that's what happens with generic kits like this. Is it's hard to do it because they're generic. You're not working with Legos. Oh, come on. Stop snapping off. It doesn't want to go at all. See, that's better fit. See how that's a better fit? So I think we got that right. I'm not going to worry about that part that disappeared. It'll just mounted different is all. Oh, come on. Now that came out. Ugh. The frustration is real, guys. So much for relaxing Sunday, huh? The frustration is real tonight with this kit. The frustration is real. Come on. Come on. It doesn't want to snap in unless there's something wrong with this. There's that one. But yeah, the frustration is definitely real tonight. And we're still trying to force on parts that shouldn't be on here, that we should only have 3 on here. Instead, they want us to run 4 parts on here. So we have to tighten this up somehow. So the part that flew off, if I find it, great. If I don't, we can work without it. I think I get to work without it, so. We know we're putting this on now. Okay. So that one just snapped and it snapped off. Snapped on, snapped off on me. Why? I'm bummed about that part because it was right there. So I'm not really happy about that right now, but we'll just deal with it. So I'm going to get one right in there. Okay. Okay, bring this down there so I can see what I'm doing. Right in there. It's going to be, no matter what happens with this, it's going to be beautiful when I get done. But unfortunately, it's just, it doesn't want to cooperate at all. Okay, that one's on. But I can't close them now, so. Because the idea is there, it came off. You got to be able to close them over, and they're just not cooperating. That one just came off again. So yeah, we're probably going to go into next weekend on this because it's just not cooperating. And it's very, for me, it's very frustrating to do this because, look at that, just came off. So I'm about at the end of my rope tonight with this. I haven't got that rose built, and I'm furious. Stuff just doesn't want to go. But again, they're not sticking. I give up. Now what? The heck's wrong with you? Don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. So yeah, so I think we're going to be going into next weekend with this because it's just not working. It's not cooperating. It's really frustrating. I have built. It's not working. I have built some of the most advanced Lego sets that there are out there, and this thing is frustrating the heck out of me. Just so frustrated with it. Nope, that one snapped, but doesn't want to stay. Ugh. I'm this close to going to get some model cement. I am. I'm this close to going to buy some model cement. Some plastic model cement. That's how close I am right now. I'm so close to making a run to Michael's or someplace and buying plastic car cement. Okay, that one's on. Got one on there. But they're supposed to be right up against it. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. Okay, that one's on. It was snapped off. And here it's snapped on. Put you on the hole. It's supposed to look like this. It's supposed to be right up against there. But they won't do it. See, it won't do it. See what I mean? Look, the minute I go to go up against her like the picture shows, it doesn't want to do it. So, guys, I'm about, like I said, I have no problem with going up to get some plastic car model glue and do this because it's not working. So, it just isn't me. It's just not working. It's supposed to look like that. And then you have the outer ones that look like that. See, but it's just not going. It's just not going. And the frustration is real. So let me look at the instructions again. It's just not going. It's just not going the way it's supposed to. This is insane. Absolutely insane. I'm trying to right now to line the parts up, but even when I line the parts up, they don't want to snap on and stay when I'm trying to flip them up and stuff. And I got to take my heart pills. Let me take my heart pills. The second I get them on to snap them up around the edges, they pop off right away. So it's like, as if you looked at the picture of the finished rose, where is it? If you look at the picture of the finished rose, they're right up on there. It's not like it's a open budding rose. Oh, they are kind of open. Let's try it that way. Let's see if I can get them on this time. So they are kind of open. But they keep wanting to pop off every time I bring them up. Excuse me, my allergies. They keep wanting to pop off every time I want to bring them up. Tell you, I'm 2 seconds away from making a run to Hobby Lobby tomorrow. I'll fix you. I'll get model cement. I have no problem with it. I'm looking at the actual photo. So they are a little open, but it shows them overlapping. It shows them overlapping on that rose. So the minute I try to overlap them is when they're popping off. So the frustration is real. Well, I'm bummed because I figured tonight was going to be a really nice build night. But not. I'm going to take the center out of here for now because I just think the center rose, I can't see under it. And see if I can't figure out where they go from here. I can see where the thing attaches on here, and that's where you don't want to go, is where it's attaching, because you're not going to get anything on there where it's attaching. So you're going to want to go as close to that as you can. Okay, here's where it's attaching here. This is why I don't understand them asking for 4 roses on here. For 4 petals. Because really the way it's designed, you can only get 3 petals on here. Of course, I'm missing a rose petal. Why wouldn't I be? That's how the whole night's been. Okay. Somewhere there's a rose petal floating somewhere. Yep, we're kind of missing a rose petal. Story of my life tonight. All right, let me grab another medium. And fall off. I've got a rose petal missing. Story of my life. Seriously. got to be up here somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I had a rose petal missing, so let's just grab it. We'll grab another. That one right there. Bad enough the one part's missing. Okay. So it's just weird because glasses. Yeah, see right where you would place another petal. Try this one. Right where you would place the second petal in there is the little divider thing. All right, they're all on now. Let's see what happens. Okay, where'd it go? Well, I guess it's going to stick up. It doesn't look like it sticks up in the photo, but it's going to stick up because that's all it'll do. So there's what it is right there for now. I guess it's going to stick up. No, it was higher before, I think. I think it was a lot higher the last time I did it. So there's what I have, and that's where it's going to be. I can't get it to close anymore either. So there's what it is right there. There's what I got right there for that rose. That's what it's going to be. So now we got to put the 4 big ones on. Ha! Yeah. So we'll put the 4 big ones on in a second here. As we get ready to mount into this thing. So we'll put the 4 big ones on. And what I'm going to do is I'm not going to put it on there until I do the mount. And then as far as putting it in here with that part missing, it's going to stand straight up pretty much. But I don't have that part. I may have, I'm going to see if there's an extra, to tilt it in with. Let me get the bottom ones on if I can. And we'll see if we can get this thing to close up. And this should be a little easier because the last time I did it, I had the bottom too high, it was too low on the bottom part of the rose. And there was no room to click these things on. So this time is different. Try and get it on there. I'm going to give it my best shot and see if we can get this on here. And once they're on, I'm not touching it again until we get ready to mount it inside the... Well, that's a little better. Oh, it looks like a rose now. Finally. He loves me. He loves me not. It hates me. It hates me all through. It hates me thoroughly. I think we got ourselves a rose here, you guys. Move it over a little bit. I know the minute I start messing with it. We got a rose. Finally. Good Lord. How long did that take? Good grief. How long did that sucker take to make? All right, here it is, guys. Thank you for your patience. God, how long did this thing take to make? Look how pretty that is. Look at that. We got ourselves a rose. Look at that. How long did that thing take to make? Ha! To figure it out? Oh my God. Okay. So there you have it. Okay, now we're going to mount it here. And we're going to leave it alone until we start building the back stuff on it. Let's get this bad boy mounted. Stick in here. We are done. Oh, I thought we lost the pedal. Oh, we did. That's okay. It went back on. Thank you, Jesus. Okay. All right. We have roses and we're good. Okay. So this is ready to mount. Once I get the rest of the system put together, we have a rose. I'm about ready to walk out and go and make a run a night run to Wally World or someplace to get the stupid. That rose is a little off that pedal. See that? There it is. But we're at that point in the night where we're quitting while we're ahead. Okay, there's that. That's done. So now we got to build the base thing for it. I'm upset because somehow I set that bottom attacher thing off to the side. It disappeared. So we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. That might be a case of jury rigging. I have some extra plastic from the be impossible to find that part, those two little parts. I have some of this stuff right here that bends like wire, so I might be able to jury rig it. Okay, so that's done. So we finally got that done. It took forever. It's a go, yeah. So, and my sister knows how I am. If there's a part missing on a Lego project, I will improvise, and we're going to have to improvise probably for that one part that is too tiny to deal with, that suddenly went missing again. So unless it's down here where I can find it right away, which so far I have it. This is a photo studio, so my walls are gray. Okay, my ceiling is gray, and my carpet is dark gray. So when the black parts fall on the carpet, it's game over. But this is why I come in here to take my contacts in and out. I come in here to take my contacts in and out because of the table having a black, curtain on it, and everything being black. Because if the contacts fall, the flashlight will catch them. We'll see them glinting. So this is why I handle my contacts in here. Let me look one more time for that little part. Then we're going to move on and build the base on here. Get those bases ready for it. Well, that's green. That was part of it. Okay, I just built almost every Star Wars Lego there is. Never had issues with them. And I'm talking like the Millennium Falcon and things like that. Never had issues like I have with this one. Nope, don't know. It might even be on the table somewhere. Oh well, let's move on. I have built X-Wing fighters. I have built the Death Star, the Millennium Falcon. Oh my God, Yoda, and Grogu were interesting builds too. So I'm not saying I'm perfect building this stuff, but I'm pretty darn good at it. Okay, so it's going to be gorgeous. So let's build the light base thing for it, and where it's going to attach. Then I'll have to figure that out because it's going to attach. If anything, it'll sit straight up until I can get that part for it. I can just get it to stand straight up instead of at an angle. That's what we can do with it, or what I'm going to be able to do with it. I'll get it to stand straight up. And where the other flower petal went, who knows? So let's start grabbing the parts I need for this. So I need 2 of those gear things, 2 of those black things. Oh, what's that size? The 1-to-1s. Okay. So we're going to get this to stand up tonight. It won't be at an angle, but it will stand up. These flower petals making me nuts when looking for parts. But see, Debbie, when I did the base, you didn't see it because you were eating dinner. It took like 2 hours to get the base going because nothing was working on the base right. So I had to do complete rebuilds on the colors and stuff on the base on this thing. So it was an issue. Okay, I'm going to move these over here for now. I know, yell at me later, you guys. I'll move them over. All right, so we're doing a 1-to-1 on that, so I got to size it. I think it's this long one. We got some of these super long ones. I don't know what they are. So we got that one. I don't think that's the 1-to-1, no. I think I need the shorter 1-to-1. Or is it that 1-to-1? We definitely need this. That we need this part. And then we need, because it's showing me I'm on the one on there. Oh, it needs two of those. Don't like the sound when something drops. Okay, we need two of these. Okay, we need two of these, which we have. And then we need to figure out what the one-to-one is on here. This is it here. Is this the one-to-one? This is the one-to-one. Yeah. So I need one one-to-one. Okay. It's not the big tall one. So it's that one. Okay, then I need one of those, and I need one of the two mini versions of that. Okay. So I need one of these. And so there should be two mini versions. Is that it? That's one. This guy here. Itty bitty days. I need one more of that. Where are you? No, not you. So I should be able to stand this up in a couple minutes here. In theory. But since nothing's worked like it's supposed to tonight so far, one just never knows. Okay, let's start building. Glasses off so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Okay. All right. Got this guy. These two are coming out of it. Both ends. Why? Oh, I see. Hang on. Oh, are these the right parts? I don't know if these are the right parts. We're going to find out. This is weird. I don't know if that's the right parts. These have little screw things on them. Maybe that's the... Oh, they're right. That's what the ends look like. Okay. All right. We'll go with it. But it's showing me the screw ends coming out of here. What the heck? Hang on, guys. Okay, that's not right then. Well, what else is this going to go in if it doesn't go with screw ends? Something's weird. Hang on. Red eye don't make sense again. Let's make sure I can make all this fit together before I get into it. Okay, so this is going to go on the end of here. Okay, so there's an issue. Hang on. Really? Okay, this doesn't make sense already. Already we got our issue. Well, then these both should have screw ends on them. But they don't, do they? These aren't going to work. What the heck? Okay. Oh, I miss Legos. Okay. Let me look. Unless there's a part that has both ends like that. Let's see. What about you? Do you have both ends? Maybe there's one with two ends like that. Let's see. Oh, it's you. Okay. Should have clarified the instructions. Okay, I need two of those. Never mind. Pull these back in. Useless. Goodbye. Okay, let's find the other one. See, it didn't show that in the photo. Ooh, there's two of those other things that do the turning thing. I may be able to improvise something on it for this rose. Maybe. I just maybe there's two of those. I may be able to save it so that it leans properly. But right now I gotta find this stupid part. This little tiny teeny part. There it is. Yeah, there's two of those things. I might be able to utilize, but they're probably for some plant. I could probably just utilize it for the rose instead. Okay, to get the rose in. Okay, so here we go. This goes in here. Now I get it. This goes in here. Okay. This goes on here. Seeing what I'm doing would be good. Okay. Oh, okay. Where's this? There's this. This goes on here. What? Oh, there's two of those. There's two of those? Yeah. That's right. Okay, can we have this? Okay. Okay, this goes in here. Okay. And this goes on there. Why does this not look right? I need two of these. So where's the other one go? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, wait a minute. Whoa. Oh, that does go on there. Hello. And then this goes on the top, right? Doesn't show it going on the top, but it goes on the top. There's one. Okay, hang on. Let me look at this. Okay, it looks like that. So you got that one. You got that one. Okay, there's the small one. That goes into that one. Like that. And then this one comes out of this one like that. Oh, okay, the other one's going to go on it. Never mind, okay. Of course, that came out. That's how it's going to be. Okay. So that goes on the top. Put this back in. Okay. And now you got this guy. Okay. But that should be sink all the way down, right? Isn't that supposed to sink all the way down? Yeah, and stick out. So this has to sink all the way down. So this ought to be good. All right, that has to sink all the way down. That's just there to support it. But it doesn't sink all the way down, does it? Story of my life. Nope. Why? Or it doesn't want to go all the way down. That doesn't make sense. Okay, hang on a second. This does not make sense to me. Here we go, another thing that doesn't make sense. Nothing makes sense. Go back to the beginning. Do it again. For the 8 millionth time, let's do it again. Now this part won't come out. There it is. All right, let's try this again. This right here looks like this. Voila. Okay, so we're sitting here just like this. So we're going to want this guy. And this shoves down in there. Right, so it's going to go like this. That shows on there. Now we got this. Okay, that makes more sense. This goes on the top. And there we are. Now, let's see if I can find another angle joint for this. Excuse me. See if I can find another angle, one of those joints in here. I think there's a double. Let me make sure there's a double on here. Because if there is a double, that means there's a plant down on the bottom. That takes a joint, which we don't really have to do. We can make the plant stand straight up. So we don't have to worry about that angle joint. So let me see what I can do. Here's the angle right here. I just need... All right, it's going to be shorter, but I can make it work. I can make it work. It's going to be shorter. It's going to be a little shorter than what it should be. I can make it work. I can definitely make this work. So let's see how it goes in now. So where's this? Okay. I think I can make this work, you guys. I can make it work. I can. I know I can. I know I can. That's not the one, though. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Okay, hang on. Let's see. I can make this work. Let me make sure. If I have an extra one of those pieces, we're in good shape. Let me see if I have an extra. Because if I have an extra, I can make this work. Hang on. Let's see how many. If I don't, then I'm going to have to do it some other way. Okay, there's that one there. If I have another one of these, we got this. I can make it work. If not, I'll have to just do it straight up for now. We do. We have two of them. So we're gonna make an extra. This has to go somewhere else, I know, but you know what? Let's just see. Maybe the other one fell in here for all I know. You know, we don't know if the other one fell in here or not. Let me double check what's on the bottom here. Hang on, guys. Because we don't know if that fell in here or not. It might have fallen in there for all I know. Okay, so this is going to go. Let me figure out where the hell this fits. Let me go build this joint again. And make sure I'm building it right. And then we should be all right. Let's see. Let me go back and build this main joint for this thing. Okay. So I can build it correctly. All right, let me rebuild this joint. Let's rebuild the joint for the bottom of this because we're about to install it all. This is going to go in here, just like that. And then, oh, that is a green one. See if we have another green one. So we lost the green joint. Okay. See if there's another green joint. We're close. We're close to me being able to do this. How many of these green ones do we have? There's a black one. There's a small green one. If I can find another small green one, we're in business. Is there another small green one in here? Come on, say it so. Say there's a small green one in here for me. Come on, come on, come on. Otherwise, this is going to be a problem. There's no small green one in here. All right, let's see if I can make it work without the small green one. All that does is give it support anyway, flanking support. See if I can make it work without the small green one. Let's see what I can do here. Come on, let me do your thing. Okay. So I got it right there. So if I do it this way, I wonder if I put this on there. Hang on a second. Hang on, guys. I'm trying to see this. Try to make this work, and I think I can. What if I do this? I think we got it, guys. I think we got it. We got it. Yeah. I got it. We got it. Yep, it's not going anywhere. Okay, we good. We did it. Congratulations, gang. Let me make sure. Let me go back to this. There should only be one going up there. So let me see real quick. for the mounting on this. Let me look at the mount again. We got this. There are two. Okay. So we're good. We got this. Okay. So let's mount this bad boy before something else goes wrong. I don't know why I keep taking my glasses off. Blind as a bat, I am. There we go. We are in. And it came off. Story of my life. Okay. This is the part that comes off no matter what because I had trouble with the other one. So there it is there. We're going to mount it. So let's figure out where to mount this sucker before it falls down. So I'm going to pull this over. We got this guy over here. I just got to figure out which one to put it on. So we are going to put it on. Let's say we're looking at it from that direction there. So that is going to mount. And that one directly opposite. So, okay. Let's see if I can get it in there without breaking it down. Because what concerns me is the way these attach on top, which is why I had intended on going to like Hobby Lobby anyway. There we go. There we go. There we go. Close enough for government work. And that one came off. Surprise, surprise. That's why I'm having trouble with these. But when I get done, I'm gonna do a Hobby Lobby run. Let me put this on again. And we're going to go ahead and look this kid apart. There it goes. What did I tell you? I'm going to do a Hobby Lobby run, and we are going to glue the living hell out of this stuff. Because the last thing we want is for it to keep coming off like it is. Oh, come on. Don't do this. There we go. We don't want it to keep coming off, and it's going to keep coming off. It's just the way these things are designed. So this way I know where the problem parts are, you know, and so I can go to Hobby Lobby and get the glue and there we go. That other row should be hanging out a little more because it should be on a tilt, but there we go. We got the two roses in. See? I'm not going to tilt it too much. But like I said, I know where the problem children are on here. So before we seal it off, you know, once we get to the point where we're adding, you know, the lights and stuff on here, before we get that all sealed off and seal off the top, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a Hobby Lobby run and get some plastic model cement. And we're gonna glue these things, these roses in place so they don't pop off anymore. And I don't intend to take it apart. So it's looking good. It's looking really good right now. Only took 800 hours to get there. But there it is there. This thing should be leaning a little bit more out because that was another part that got lost. But we can work the way it is for now. There might be leftover parts that we can utilize. But there's that. So, I mean, yeah, we've only got one more rose to put on here to wrap this up. So then the rest of it's all greenery. But like I said before, I completely permanently put the lid on this thing. I will be going to, you know, I'm going to make that trip to Hobby Lobby. Excuse me. My allergies. I'm going to make that trip to Hobby Lobby for model cement, and we're going to cement that thing in. So there you have it. And the question is it facing? Maybe I didn't face it right. Let me look on the front. They're supposed to face away from each other, so I'm not going to move it now. I'll quibble on my head on that one. Well, they are facing away from each other. So yeah, so like I said, before I permanently put the top on this thing, I'm going to make a run to Hobby Lobby. And we're going to make sure that the roses don't go flying off. You know what I mean? Oh, it's lining it up and wants it done perfectly. We don't do perfect here. We do whatever happens here. So now we're building more flowers around this thing. So we're going to build more flowers up around the front of it up here, like in this area. So we can start doing that. So we have 2 of the flowers in, and like I said, before we go ahead and permanently put that glass top on here, or that plastic top on here, we're gonna put some model cement on here. I'll fix it. It'll never come apart again. You know what I mean? So let's see what's next. What time is it anyway? Oh, it's not even on yet, huh? Oh well. So that's cool. Very cool. I don't know what this 23 means. I don't care. Okay. You just get to a point in your life where you just don't. I think it's starting to give me reference points. Oh, what is all this? Hang on. Okay, because we're getting ready to build the last rows. I gotta count these petals. I swear we're missing a petal. The petal went missing. I swear a petal went missing. So let's see. Because if we're missing a petal, that's an issue. I'll have to figure that out too. But there's one right here. So let's see what we got. We have to have 12 petals. I swear a petal went MIA. Well, here's another one too, see? So let's see. This may be the one that we lost. Let me find out. We need 12 petals. Let's see if we have, make sure we have everything before I get involved in building this petal, this rose situation. There's 2 of those. 3 of those. Let me move these around. There's 3 of those. There should be 4 of those. Doesn't mean there are. This means, okay, there's 4 of these. That's what we needed. And we need 4 of those. 4 of these guys. I think they gave us extra rose petals because of the situation. Because, you know, knowing that people would drop these things and, yeah. And then we need, okay, what sizes are we looking at? I have 8. I have 12 petals here. I only have 2 tiny petals here. That worries me. I've got 2 of the small petals here, so that kind of scares me. But that's not something we did. That's what they included. So we might be short on that last rose. Should be 12 petals though. Let's see what size we need. That scares me. We look and see what it calls for on that last rose. That might be a problem. Okay, so we need 3 of the small petals. So what do we have? We have 1, 2. We have 2 small petals. How they got lost, I'll never know. Supposed to have 3 small petals. Uh-oh. Well, that we don't have. Might have to go with 2. We'll just have to live with it. 3 of the small petals. 4 of the big petals. 4 of the medium petals. 4 of the big petals. So we're missing a small petal. Well, you know what? We're just gonna go with that. We're not even gonna let that bother us, at least. So, as the people say, small potatoes. All right, let's make some flowers. Let's make some daffodils, shall we? So we are missing one of the small ones. One of the small petals. Again, why, I don't know, but what we got back here? Nope, it's a medium. Yeah, we have all the mediums, but no small. Sigh. So we're missing it. I'm not going to worry about it. I think once it's together, it's going to look good regardless. Whether we have, oh, there it is. And we got everything we need. Okay, we're good. They gave us extra petals. All right, so we got all the parts we need to finish off the next rows. So anyway, there's that. And let's get out. Now we're going to just build more greenery down here. So we're going to put together more greenery. I'm glad we have all the petals. As we come to the end of this project. Sometimes you just got to look up and say huzzah, right? This has been crazy, hasn't it, you guys? It's going to be pretty, you know, it's just no matter what. And this rose we're making now is going to be the tallest rose in here. It only took 1,800 tries. So let's build some stuff up. And like I said, if I have to improvise with stuff, because I borrowed pieces from here and over there, then we'll just improvise. But so far, it's turning out good. And again, you know, we're going to put lights on this thing. It should look pretty good. We got all the pretty much all the parts. I'm not concerned so much where the greenery goes because, I mean, you can just throw greenery in anywhere. I mean, let's be honest about that. You can just put greenery in wherever on the bottom, and as long as it builds in green, you know, with the little white flowers, it's going to look good no matter what. So it doesn't really matter, you know, where that green goes. It's going to work in there anyway. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Whoa, they set me up with swans. That's crazy, TikTok. Hi, Lakita. Hello, everybody. So like I said, this greenery down here, no matter what we do to it, it's going to look nice anyway. So, okay, we're ready to do this. And I'm figuring this thing right here is where the big rose is going to go. Where the real tall rose is going to go on that thing. So let's go ahead and start building some more greenery into here before we get to the big rose. But I can honestly say I didn't think we were going to get this far tonight, the way it was going, and we got it. And so we're just going to quit while we're ahead as far as this part goes, as far as the roses go. Beautiful set. In fact, I'll probably more than likely do the red one when the time comes, because there's a red set. There's a matching red set to this. I still have the gingerbread houses we did over the holidays to show you guys. The Easter one turned out really awesome. That went a direction I didn't think it was going to go, and that one turned out absolutely beautiful. So let's do some building, and we'll probably build that last rose next weekend, because it looks like we have quite a bit of, not really, we got this first part to build, and then we're going to start working that last rose. So we might get done tonight, maybe. But maybe we might hold off till next weekend. And hopefully by then I can get some model cement and really glue the living heck out of these things. And I think I just blew it because it needs two of those things that I don't have because I use them for something else. So we're just going to have to improvise around it because I use them for a rose part. All right, let's see what I can find. Hopefully we have the parts we need. If not, then we'll just have to go with it. If we don't, we're short that part, which we probably are. We're just going to have to improvise and go with it because I'm not going to, you know. Look, there's two of these. So hopefully that's the only ones we have to build with. Let me double check because hopefully I don't have to use those anymore. Hopefully it's only in one spot. No, it says there should be 4 of them. We used them. Oh, well. Have to work around it. So I should have 4 of those, supposedly. Well, we only can do what we do with what I have. And I had to improvise on that. Till I find, I can work around it, I'm sure. No one will know but us. Yeah, we're short 2 of those other things. 2 of those, and we shouldn't be. So we'll just have to improvise around it. We'll get there. We'll deal with it when we get there. There's one. Yeah, we're only short one because I used it on the rows. So we'll just deal with it when we get there. And I might find the part that flew off between now and at some point, and I can put it on. So otherwise, I'll improvise around it. Whatever it is we're building, we'll make it shorter. That's what we'll do when we get to that point. Okay, let's get this built. Like I say, whatever it is we're building when we get to the point where we need the extra one like that, if I don't find that thing on the ground or on the table when I clean up, we'll just make whatever it is shorter. That's all. It'll be shorter. Okay, so I need a one with a little sticky thing. I need 2 of those, and then 2 of those. Those are green? Yeah. Got it. So this, obviously, is that. I got 2 green ones. I look like this. There's really not a lot of parts left to use in here. Like I said, we're coming down the end, the very end, outside of building the roses. Yeah, 2 flats of those. Okay. So here's somewhere. So we're almost close to the end there. That was exasperating. Absolutely exasperating. Okay. I'll admit it, that rose was exasperating. All right. Oh, I need, no, I'm not there yet. Let's say, where the hell is this? Okay. Okay, so here we go. So you can make, so this is one of those good people make it make sense pieces, I can tell. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to go all the way down. Oh, it's not that piece, is it? It's something else. Okay, hang on a second. That would explain a lot. This is a different piece. Let me see if it's correct. I think it's this guy. I think it's you. I think it's 2 of you. I do believe it's 2 of you and not that one. Go away. We might have enough pieces. Okay. We just might have enough pieces, you guys. Okay. So, okay. That's going to go all the way down. That's going to go all the way down. Okay. So I'm thinking it goes this way first. down like that. The other one comes up into it to snap in. You go down like this. And you guys go on top. Do I have too much on top now? Probably, yeah. I have to take some down. I feel like there's too much on top. Maybe not though, but we'll see. Bring some down. Well, that's what it's showing me. What's the bottom look like on this? It never shows the bottom ever. Never shows the bottom on these. Okay, I'm going to put these on here. It's probably going to be wrong. Maybe not a happy person as usual. Oh, maybe not. Shows them going down. Huh, okay. I don't know. Huh. Find out when they go to install whether it should have been lower or higher. Gonna find out, aren't we, kids? Okay. This little reindeer horn thing. I need 3 of those flower thingies. Okay. Again, we're doing foliage. So. Okay. There's 1 piece of foliage. 2 pieces of foliage. 3 pieces of foliage. There we go. The perfect world, it's all going to fit on top of that. Yeah. We know how well that works. Hi, everybody. Elaine, is that you? Oh, who is that? Oh, Matt Tapper. How goes it? This is coming along nicely. It took forever to get that part done, but now that it's done, the second rose is finished, which is what we wanted, was that second rose to get done tonight. We got some foliage to do that we're working on right now. We're doing foliage, and then there's a third rose to do, the third and last rose. But again, I was exhausted today, so I didn't make my run to get model cement today like I wanted to. So before I turn around and put this thing completely together in the end, I'm going to make sure that should all be together. Okay, got it. I'm going to make sure that I glue the roses on the way they're supposed to be sitting so we don't have any problems with them. Okay, put this on. This goes right here. And we have some foliage. Woohoo! Yeah, I know. I'm so excited we have foliage. Question is where to put it. They never tell us where to put it in. Okay, so we got some directions here. So let's see. This is right here. Oh, so I guess it goes right there. Where are we putting you? Right up in... Oh, there's no place to put you. So we have a plant down? I have a plant down here. Hang on. I got a flower down. Hang on, guys. Oh, I got another flower down. See, that's what I mean. That's why this thing is not going up until I'm able to glue it down. Because there's just too much stuff popping off on it all the time. You know, after it's been put together. So it's been frustrating to put together. See, there goes another part just fell. Every time you move something, something else is going to fall. So that's why it's imperative that when the time comes, there went that one. You know, I don't even know where to put this stuff at this point. I get, it's just, I'm going to stop after a while tonight. It's frustrating for me. When the time comes, I'm going to have to glue this stuff down. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just too hard. Okay, so we need that next to that. What was that big pole? Big pole goes right here. It's just really frustrating. It's frustrating for me. Yeah, this pole goes right here. Where's the other pole? Should be another pole. There's a pole. Huh? This goes right here. It's just really frustrating for me. That one doesn't want to go down. What the heck? Wants to go in the middle. Well, it doesn't want to go in the middle. That doesn't make sense. See, I mean, it's super frustrating. Yeah, it wants to go. It has to go in front of that one. So I don't know what to do with that. Oh, we'll just put it on one of these then. Doesn't want to go in the middle. We're just going to put a setup on one of these then. Just stick it on one of those. End of problem. Okay. So we got this big flower that's got to go on. Where were you glued down? You were in the front there, I'm sure. Hang on. We got a big bouquet right here. I don't know where it went. It's just been, like this. Every time you move something, something's going to pop off, and it's just super frustrating. Is that one? Nope. Okay, there's that right there. So let me figure this out. Really, because let's be frank about all this. Because it's foliage, you can really put it anywhere. It doesn't really matter. It's just decorative foliage, you know what I mean? And right. It doesn't really matter where it goes. It's just decorative foliage. You guys know what I mean, don't you? It's just all it is decorative foliage. So it really doesn't matter, where it sits, where it goes. See, this was on there, but it doesn't want to go on now. Oh, bugger. What if we put you here? Try to put you here. But again, like I say, it's decorative foliage, so really put it anywhere on here. On the base of this thing. Here's a piece here, right? This should have been in here somewhere, I think. Because it came popping off. So it was in this area, so I'm going to go ahead and just put it right here. And then we have another piece here that I think went right here. That doesn't want to stick in there good. And like I said, it's a piece of foliage, so it can go just about anywhere. I'm going to take that off for now because it's making me crazy. But we'll get this new piece on. And this is supposed to go. Oh, it's going in behind this thing. That's what it is. So it's supposed to sit Oh, there's supposed to be a mount for it. No. I see a pole here. This has to be it right here. Okay, so here it is here. So we have the big thing here. Well then, oh wow, okay. Well, okay. Oh, how weird. I had a pole in there? And that's where it's supposed to go, is where that pole is. The existing pole that I have in there. Well, you know what, we just take this off right here. Ha! Okay, I don't know what that was there for. We're just going to put it here, which is where it's supposed to go in the first place. Right in the middle there. And it doesn't want to. Of course not. Why would it? Well, give me the other pole then. What we're going to do with this. It doesn't want to cooperate. Where's the other pole that was in there? I'll fix you. Problem solved. Yay, problem solved. Hello. Problem solved. Boom. Just like that, it's in. Okay. Again, it's a plant. See, that's what I mean. I mean, this foliage can go anywhere. Because it's not going to make a difference. We want it green under there, we can just throw it in where we want to put it. To be honest. Let's see. Now, is this part of the new flower, or the new flower that we're putting in? Yes, it is. Okay, so, all right, we're done with the foliage. Cool. I still have some leaves to cut, but we're done, pretty much done with the foliage. Like, there's still some extra foliage to build, but other than that, we're done pretty much with the biggest part of the foliage. So we're building the bigger rows now. All right, so we moved on to the base of the big rows. So cool. Well, let's see. It's 9:15. Do you guys want to keep building, or you want to wait till next week to finish off with the rows? What do you want to do? You want to wait till next week, or finish it off? Co-host this. What do you guys think over there? You guys want to wait till next week, or finish, or put the big rows up? Or try and get the big rows done. No answers? Because the next thing we're building is the base for the big rows to go up in there. I wonder where it mounts. Let's see where it mounts. I'm getting tired. You guys tired coming in here, so we just might as well call it for the night and then finish this thing off next week. Because that's all we have left is the big rows and some foliage. That way I can go ahead and buy the oh, now I know what that's for. It's going to sit right there. That's where it's going. Yeah, that's where it's sitting, is right in there. Right in there. Yeah, I think we're going to call it till next week. I'm tired, and I came in tired, so I think I'm going to call it and get to bed early tonight for the first time in a while. But sorry it took so long. Like I said, this is not a Lego. This is a totally different brand. So unfortunately, the instructions are not as clear and concise as the Lego instructions are. So it is a major issue to build, but I think next week we can finish it. Next week we'll finish it. Because all we have left is to make a few plants, to make a little bit more greenery, build a stem for the big rose, put the big rose on, install the big rose, and then add what's left of what they want to stay out of the greenery. And that's pretty much it. And then we have the wiring to add in there, which is here. To get the wiring around it, which is why I think what we're going to do, and I think that'll be better. If we wait till next week, I'll go ahead and get some model cement, and I want to make sure these roses never move again. And then we're going to hymen julep, and then the glue will be dry. Well, we'll finish making the rose and everything, and the glue will be dry the following week, and we can finish off putting the glass bulb over it and the lights in there. I think we can just finish off doing that way. Tired I am. I'm going to try and get some rest. I'm exhausted, and hopefully I'm more awake tomorrow. It would be nice. But it was fun tonight. Even though I got frustrated, it was fun. The gingerbread houses that we built, they're all done. And the glue's holding and everything on them. So I'm going to get photos and video of that for you guys. Turned out really cute, really good and cute. And unless you guys want to stay, does anybody want to stay tonight? There we go. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night, and we're going to finish tomorrow. Next Sunday, we have the tallest of the red roses to put on there, and sorry guys, I blocked my face. I didn't mean to. We have the tallest of the red roses to put on there, and then we also have some more greenery on there, and then that leaves the lights, and that leaves the glass hood on there, so we can finish off. But I feel better if I can go, get that model cement and get these roses glued on there, so they're not going to move anymore. They're not going to fall out or anything like that. So that when we do put the top on here, it's going to look really good. Okay, so I'm calling it good night. I'm going to say it. YouTube, good night, Facebook. Have a great evening, and we'll finish off next weekend. All right, guys, see you later.